Morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Hope everybody's having a good day so far. Have a good weekend to come. I wrote a little speech a few months ago. Just looking through my notebook, and I want to talk about that and speak on that in a little while. I just want to remind people that make decisions, and when you make decisions, stand by them, regardless of who supports your decisions, regardless of how people react to your decision. You make a decision, whatever that decision is, you live by it and you stand by it. Second, I want to give thank you to my dad. It's on my Facebook, James Champagne Sr. Yes, I'm a junior. I want to give a thank you to my dad again for purchasing this book. Gary Brackett, retired football player, played for the Colts, won a Super Bowl with Peyton Manning, and I believe that was 2006, the year they beat the Chicago Bulls. I like books that are written by athletes, especially athletes that I followed. So, thanks, Dad, for real. James Champagne Sr., I really appreciate this. And this man who would contact me every other day just to make sure that this book got to San Antonio, but with the virus and stuff, it take a little minute and all that. Had to pick it up from the post office. It was a done deal, so I appreciate it. And it's autograph. It's real life autograph. So that's hot too. I appreciate that. So I want to talk about this title. This message is "Don't worry about they, do you." I heard a similar phrase on one of my Eric Thomas message that I always listen to. He likes Russell Westbrook. Well, he talks about Russell Westbrook often in his videos, and he must have been interviewing Russell Westbrook, and he does his own thing. He's unique. He wears these spontaneous clothes and has this animated attitude, and he must respond with something about, don't worry, who are they? Don't worry about they, do you? And I thought about it, and Eric Thomas even said himself, someone should do a class on that, a course. Someone should write a book on that, do a speech. But that's real life. That's that could be a valuable phrase that could be used in such a good way with the person that has the willingness to do it. Creative mind, yes, but the willingness to do it. So here this goes. When you know that you know, you don't have to worry. We're all human. It's easy to worry. But when you know who you are and you know what you represent, it's easy to withdraw from the things that aren't a part of your values. Each and every one of us as people should have personal values. They don't have to be deep or none of that, but personal values or personal beliefs. Certain things that you just stand by. So that's what I mean by that. Do you have values? Ask yourself that. Do you have any kind of values? What do you believe in? What do you stand by? Regardless if it's religious, politics, adulthood, whatever. What are your values? What are your values and what do you stand for? If you never thought about that, if you never thought about having values, think about the things that you, like I said, believe in. What would you stand for in the time of trouble? What would you stand for in the time of trouble? What if the world was coming to the end, or what if had a major hurricane worldwide, or tornado attack, or a poverty time frame, what would you stand for in the time of trouble? What would you stand for? Always remember, people are going to talk and complain about what you're doing regardless. They talked about Jesus, no matter what. People are going to talk about you when you're successful. People are going to talk about you when you're not successful. People are always going to have something to say about other people's decisions and actions. It's so easy to be a spectator in the room, in the crowd, and just nitpicking and having all the answers and the solutions. I always tell my soldiers and I always tell my players, it's so easy to be in the crowd watching someone speak or watching someone have the spotlight on them. It's a different ball game when the spotlight's on you. It's a different ball game when all eyes are on you and you are the one that people are depending on to provide them with a word, or to provide them with guidance, or to provide them with encouragement, consistency, whatever the situation may be. So people are going to talk regardless. That's just nature of life. But guess what? Do you, and who cares about they? Who cares about what they think? One life to live. We all have one life to live, no matter how we look at it. Each and every one of us on this earth have one life to live. So what you gonna do about it? How are you gonna make that dash rememberable in a positive way? You got one life to live, and only God can judge you. At the end of the day, each and every one of us have to stand in that line on Judgment Day and wait for God's verdict. That's just how it is. Only God can judge you. Only God's views of you matter. Only what you do for Christ will last. Only how God views you and sees you, that's the only thing that should concern you. Because in reality, we should be doing everything we should do should be ultimately for Him. Because He provided us opportunity to first wake up and still be alive, and for us to have some type of capability to do what He called us to do. So only what you do for Christ will last. Also, find out what you like. Find out what you like, what you don't like. Find out what you don't like as well. Find out what makes you happy, what truly makes you happy, regardless of what that thing may be, or that person may be, or that location may be, or that profession may be, or that sport may be, that musician that you play may be. Find out what truly makes you happy and what makes you tick. What makes you tick? What drives you? What gets you riled up? What gets you with butterflies in your stomach? What gets you with those googly eyes to where like, wow, I want to do that. I see myself on that platform. I see myself doing this. What makes you tick? What drives you? What sparks you? What gets you going? Wear the clothes that you want. I'm going to go back to Russell Westbrook as I close. Russell Westbrook is an NBA player. He follows the dress code rules, but he does it in his own way. So I challenge any and everybody. Wear what you want. Wear what you want. When I'm not at work, I like wearing jerseys and jeans or jerseys and shorts. And I'm 27 years old. I'm like supposed to be like grown with a kid and all that. But guess what? That's what I choose to do. Because no one has to validate me. God validates me. And I can do just that if I want to wear jeans and a jersey. If I'm a coach on the coaching staff and I wear my coach uniform, shirt and all that, but if I want to wear shorts instead of those Doc or Nick Saban pants, then guess what? I'm gonna do that because that brings out the best in me. That's me. That's my style. That's me. So, people, wear the clothes that you want. Have your hair the way that you want. Have your hair the way you see fit. You want to wear dreads, man, do your thing. Do your thing. Your job allows it or your career path or whatever allows it, man, go do your thing. Preferably to have it neat, but do your thing. Ladies, you want to wear a braid, you want to wear long hair, you want to have color in your hair, you want to have super long extensions, you want to have a fade like India.Arie, do your thing. Do your thing. You got one job to do it well. That's it. Do your thing too. So do your thing and do it well. That's just what it is. Whatever color nails you want to wear, do it. Whatever type of makeup you want to wear, try it. And if you like it, buy it. It's just that simple. Purchase the vehicle that you want. I never forget growing up, probably until last maybe 2-3 years of my life. Anything prior to that, I had 90% of my mentality was making a decision for somebody, or making a decision because of something, or making a decision because of a situation. Oh, you shouldn't get a truck because you only have one kid. You shouldn't get a truck because you're not going to be working out of your truck. And first time I went to the dealership was 2015 to get a vehicle, and I had a truck and I was loving it, and then I got timid and I got scared. I shut down and I brought the truck back and I went to go get a car, the silver Ford Fusion I used to have. And loved that car, obviously, but you know, 2.5 years later, for whatever reason, got in a wreck. Guess what? It got totaled. I personally always looked at that, especially being two years more wiser or 2 years more experienced. I looked at that situation as, well, God gave me a second chance to do what I want. Well, to get what I want. To get what I desire. And if it's for me, it's for me. And sure enough, 2017 December, I got my truck. And anybody that ever knew me close knew I always wanted a truck. And I stopped talking about it and I made something happen about it. I was put in position to actually make myself happen and make a decision and stand by it and run by it. Even through the good times, even through the bad times. Even when the times when you may have to bring in your truck for an oil change or repair, or when you gotta get gas, guess what? It costs to be the boss. You get a truck, stop complaining about gas prices. You got an expedition and they got big old tires, and guess what? Tough. Repair the tire and drive on. Stop worrying about the naysayers. Stop worrying about them people in your ear. Stop worrying about them outsiders that don't even matter. They don't matter, and what they say don't matter. That's just what it is. So purchase a vehicle, purchase a home that you desire. But understand, every decision you make has other decisions that come after that. We're not always going to make the right decision. But whatever decision you make, you stand by it and you run with it. And you own up to it. The good, the bad, or the indifferent, regardless of what those results may be. Lastly, choose you always. You gotta live with you. You gotta sleep with you. Even if you sleep with a significant other or a spouse, but guess what? You have to sleep with you. You have to look at yourself in the mirror and live with yourself in the mirror. You have to live with what you see in the mirror. You have to accept and own what you see in the mirror. So, again, as I close, don't worry about they. Don't worry about they. Do you. Happy Friday.